Back in my anime watching days, I noticed that some anime existed just to promote the manga. Like, a certain anime would last one season and it had very few episodes and the ending was really unsatisfying. And if you look it up, you'll see that there's a manga version of it that's volumes ahead of the anime. And you're not even sure if they're ever going to make a season 2 of that anime. So you have to uh, check out the manga. And I feel that's what Uzumaki the movie was doing. It existed to promote the awareness of the manga. I've seen reviews of people who have seen the Uzumaki film and have never read the manga and felt like it was a good enough film to stand on its own. But if I actually paid to see the Uzumaki film, I would have been really pissed. I didn't like the ending, and I didn't like the ending in the manga either. Yes, it was more complete, but in Junji Ito's part, I felt like he came up with the ending in 10 minutes and wasn't really thinking of the ending when he was making the story, and his publisher forced him into making some sort of ending because it's never really explained. Okay, spoilers. There is the spiral thing, force, whatever, lives in the dragonfly pond, and eventually it will suck in everybody, and then everybody that lives in that town will turn into a spiral, and then all the characters just basically in the end accept their fate, and relatives that live outside of the town, or anybody that knows that the town exists, or anybody who looks at a map will die, because if anybody spreads the word that this is a cursed spiral town, then they can't exist. They just have to die because that's what the spiral wants. So if you were to look at a map and see that this town existed and see the name of the town and where it was located, you're just like, die. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Anyway, sorry for my voice. It sounds weird. I have a cold. Yeah, and it sucks because I really enjoyed reading the manga. Junji Ito knows how to make your skin crawl, and I love his artwork, and the story was, I was really enjoying the story, but I really hated the ending so much that I can't even recommend it, even though I was loving it up until that point, basically. Now let's talk about the movie. The movie does focus more on the romantic side of it, which I felt was, I don't hate romance, but I wish they focused more on the side characters, and the side characters are much more interesting in the manga. Anyway, and the movie was also a little bit more comedic, and I wasn't sure in certain scenes if it was supposed to be funny or unintentionally funny. Like when Suchi's mom sees her husband's ashes spiraling in the sky, and then she has this horrified look, and they CGI her eyes to look huge. That was hilarious, but I remember that scene in the movie, and I was pretty sure I wasn't laughing at that part at all. Also, I didn't like the swirls, like the CGI swirls that would follow the main characters around the town. I felt the movie by itself had a pretty good atmosphere, and the swirls just tainted it. Like, if you had something pretty and then, oh, let's add glitter, woo! You're ruining it. If you insist that you love Junji Ito's work, then check out his other manga, Lovesick Dead and Hellstar Remina. Those are actually pretty good. And also Tomei. I heard there's a movie version of Tomei. Tomei, the manga, is pretty good too. A horror manga that I personally like is Ibitsu by Ru Haruka. Yeah, it's about a psychotic serial killer who has supernatural powers. I really like that one, and I felt like there wasn't lazy writing, unlike Uzumaki, and it just comes together much better as a story, even though it's very different, and the only similarities is it's in the horror genre. But check those out too. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.